What's up, people? We're back here. I'm just going to show you this shoe, okay? It's a 90-degree shoe used in a lot of plumbing applications, but this one we're going to use as our shower head and spout for the tub. Let me just talk real quick, and I'm going to mean quick. So the inside of that, there's some sand scratches in there from the sand. I'm not fortunate enough and really not well-rounded or sophisticated enough to have all the gadgets of the world, but you can look in there. You want to make sure that there is a really nice clean and no shadows, and there's a shadow in there, so we're going to go back in with our sandpaper and clean that up a little bit more. And I'm just using some emery and getting it in the tubing rather than the fitting. And the method to my madness of showing you these things is just the simple stuff of mechanics, right? That you don't need to have the glorious tools to do a job, but we're going to keep on looking at that until it's where we want it to be. It shouldn't take much longer, maybe but a minute. Another great idea that works is to take a drill bit that's really close to the hole size and wrap your emery around it. If you don't have that special wild brush that everybody has, but I don't have one today. And so then wrap it around the drill and then rotate in the opposite direction so it expands the emery in the hole, and this will clean it up. When you're done, see that shadow's gone. Pretty good. There's our tubing end. That's cleaned. Deep scratches, fine scratches, it don't matter as long as you get it clean and the cross hatching's going in the, whatever direction it's going in. But give yourself a good 3/4 of an inch, because the fitting's only about a 1/2 inch, which would be right about there. You're gonna test fit your part like that. Test fit it, fits on there nicely. Do the same thing with your fitting, okay? Make sure that fitting's clean. This one needs a little bit more work, and I left it like that just to show you what I'm talking about. You see the difference? How it's still shiny on the inside down in the back there? Right to that shoulder? We're going to get that clean. The other day I was in the store. This woman was buying a toilet. And she didn't know. I had her grandson with her, and she didn't know if the toilet came with the wax ring. She's trying to decide on what wax ring to buy. I looked at the toilet and read the box. I'm like, it's got the wax ring in there and the bolts. You don't need to buy one. It's amazing. People don't read. So I said to her, is that flange sitting on the floor? She says, what do you mean? I said, where that ring is going to go and you're going to bolt the toilet down to the flange. Is the flange sitting on the floor, or is it even with the floor? Or is it below the floor? Or where is it? I said, why are you buying a new toilet? Was it leaking? She says, yeah, it leaks. I said, where's it leak from? The tank? Running all the time? Or is it leaking on the floor? She says, it's leaking on the floor. I said to her, I showed her a flange, this one like this, and I said, this flange right here needs to be on the floor. This needs to be above the floor. She says, what if it's even with the floor? I said, well, you're going to use 2 wax rings then, because you need to mash them. That's your problem. Someone came in there and put a floor. The plumbers set this before you guys had the floor put in. And so this is what I pointed out to her. These are, in my opinion, nice because they're removable. And so if you set a toilet and you don't set it with shims and you're doing a glue in, then this won't work. But this one is adjustable. You can take it in and out. I've been using these for about 30 years or more. It's got wax on it, yeah, it's been installed. I keep them because I install them on different jobs. All right, so she ended up getting what she needed with her grandson there, and off they went, and hopefully they had no problem putting that toilet in. She wanted my number and to come over and put it in for her. I said, I can't do that. I'm way too busy. I'm sure you can do it. Just listen to what I told you and you'll be all right. So back to this. This is nice and clean now. As you can see, it's all the way down in there, right? And we have our other piece there, which is good to go. We're going to flux these and get to work.